Hi there. So yesterday I saw on the Facebook official RSPB page an advertisement for an online show with their diversity and inclusivity and equality champion. It had the usual hashtags LGBTQIA plus, I think it is. Um, they're going to run out of letters in the alphabet soon, and they're going to have to start using symbols. Of course, the pride flag was also there. I just have to ask, what has any of this got to do with birds, nature, and wildlife, preserving them, like the RSPB is supposed to be doing? I have two reasons for this. The first one is these middle class liberal elites who seem to want to tear everything down in this country, go to university, get indoctrinated, and then they come out and go into jobs in positions of power in high places, including the RSPB, evidently now, and they start rotting the fabric of these places from the inside, with the aim of changing everything, tearing it down, building it anew in their own image. Secondly, I think there's something else at play as well, and I saw this at the BLM protests. Yorkshire Tea had a page on Facebook, and somebody very kindly pointed out to them that they didn't endorse BLM or its logo anywhere on their page, and people immediately started piling in. This prompted a quick response from Yorkshire Tea, in which they said, apologies for our ignorance. We was unaware of this. We will now go away and educate ourselves into the correct way of thinking, basically. This just shouted to me they were terrified of the backlash it could bring to them if they were not seen to have the correct opinions and the correct endorsements. The only endorsements and opinions in town. It was quite clear online these activists were going round and threatening these companies, endorse what we tell you to endorse or else. And the or else was, we're going to bring a detrimental effect to your company. And let's face it, the bottom line for these companies is profit. And if they think by not having the correct endorsements, it's going to negatively affect their sales of tea and their brand, and then they'll jump on board. They'll do as they're told because they think they have no choice. They'll do anything that's expected of them just to leave their business alone. And that's a form of totalitarianism. Let's be clear. That's exactly what it is. They're not getting a choice here. There's no freedom. They are told what to think, how to think, or else. So I think that's maybe a part of it as well with the RSPB. And it is a real shame because let's face it, the wildlife, the birds, the hedgehogs, the countryside, it's just as much part of this land as the people, the culture, the dry stone walls, the countryside, the Georgian, Edwardian architecture, the cathedrals, the churches. It's all comes together to make England what it is, the England I love and proud of and want to fight to conserve. So the RSPB has never been more needed, especially when bird numbers have plummeted, hedgehog numbers have plummeted, industrialisation, urbanisation, population growth, our farming processes. It's engulfing the English countryside. Soon there's not going to be any left. It's just going to be all paved over, and we need charities we can trust to do their bit to protect it. And I just don't think the RSPB can do that anymore if it's too busy using our donations to fund salaries for diversity and equality officers. I watched an online video, one of these videos, yesterday, and there were 4 people supposedly discussing nature, and I think the only time nature came up is when they were talking about safe spaces in nature reserves for women. I mean, is this where our money's going on these discussions? Well, the numbers of birds are plummeting. No, it's not what I donate my money for. So, I'll maybe look into it a little bit more, but I'm probably going to cancel my subscription now. I think for those reasons. If anybody believes that all this gender and diversity nonsense is beneficial to the RSPB, it's going to help protect birds and nature, and it can only be a good thing, and then by all means leave a comment below, and if you can convince me otherwise, I'm more than happy to listen and be proven wrong. But at the minute it's not a good development as far as I'm concerned.